What is up? My name's Brad and this is Operation N64. Now, for any of you that are new to the channel, in this series we're trying to build an N64 collection starting off with just £10. By using our charity shops, our car boots, our Facebook marketplace, looking for stuff for cheap that we can sell for a profit to build a game fund to buy N64 bangers. Now, as always, before we get into this week's episode, let's do the updates to the game fund. And we made a few sales this week, nothing crazy, nothing like last week. We made 3 sales. And the first thing we sold was a brand new and sealed copy of FIFA 06 for the OG Xbox. We sold that for £10 plus postage. We also sold this Harrods teddy bear doorman, like a doorman, like in his doorman clothes. We sold that for £8 and 6p, a bit random, plus postage. And we also sold an Assassin's Creed Ezio plushie for £5 plus postage to a subscriber, Lewis. Cheers for picking that up, mate. I really appreciate you helping out with the game fund. So after fees and everything, that's a grand total of this to add to the game fund for a grand total of this. Yeah, not too shabby. I think we're going to try and hit the car boot this week. Haven't been for ages. So that is the plan. So let's just get going. Let's go. So yeah, guys, like I said, I wanted to hit the car boot on the weekend, but I did hit some charity shops as and when around my day to day. I popped into this one here, saw this Swansea shirt up on the rack for £3. It's not bad for a football shirt. Not sure how desirable a Swansea shirt will be with a Wilfred on the back, but I thought I'd take a punt on it, at least for some sort of like learning curve for me. There's something I want to get into is clothes and football shirts in particular. There's definitely some money to be made. Pop next door, a couple games on the shelf. I used to like this charity shop. They used to charge you around £1, sometimes less per game, but I believe they've come under like new management or like a new, manager in the store, and she's just upped the price. I took that to GTA to the till. She said £3. It just weren't worth picking up for £3, so I did leave it behind. Always check the cases like I always do. But yeah, a bit of a shame really that the prices have gone up in here. I did quite enjoy going to this one. It was out of town, didn't get a lot of traffic. Saw this foam finger as well. Trust me, I'm not starting something. So guys, we just got to the car boot. It's like 5:20 in the morning. I haven't been to the car boot in a while, but Matt reached out to me. Matt reached out to me yesterday, said he's got some stuff for me to have a look at. He's keeping it to the side so I can have a look at it first. So let's get in there and see what it is. Let's go. So yeah, guys, this is the first time in quite a while since I've been to the car boot. I really wanted to get back there, but just haven't been able to. My Sundays have been pretty jam-packed. I've either been working or had other stuff on. So yeah, managed to get there this weekend. There was a couple games at the first stall. This bloke tends to have some pretty decent stuff. He kind of knows what he's got, but he will do you a deal now and again. But yeah, I did have a little quick look, but I wanted to head over and see what Matt had on offer. He'd messaged me a couple of days before, asked me if I was coming down. I told him yes, so he said he'd keep some stuff to the side for me. So yeah, I was looking forward to seeing what he had. Morning, mate. What's happening? Matt, what you got for me, mate? Oh yeah? Bloody hell. Oh yeah, man. How much are we after on this stuff then?
I'll price most of it on my exchange shop. That's what I say I do a deal with it.
Yeah?
PSP game.
Oh, it's a different game, is it? Let's have a look. So yeah, a nice little selection there from Matt. We managed to come to a deal for some of that stuff. I then carried on looking about, see if there's anything else I could find. Found this Lord of the Rings box set here. It's always worth picking this up if you can find it, but make sure you double check all the discs are there. There's quite a lot of discs in this set, so it's not uncommon for one or two not to be there. Saw a calculator there, seen my old boy Retro Rummage picking up calculators before. It's a decent little bit of trading on them. A couple of Xboxes here. I just don't know, they didn't look, I don't know, I was just a bit wary of them. For the fact that there was a stack of 3 old Xboxes here, I thought there's got to be something wrong with them. So I didn't even bother looking into them. Cool tattoo kit here, tattoo gun. I don't know why, I just thought it was kind of cool, kind of interesting. There probably is a bit of value in some of these. Some of these are proper brand name, like big make tattoo guns. But yeah, cool to see. A little box of games here. Games are harder and harder to get in this car boot. I mean, I haven't been for a while, but even before I'd stopped coming so often, they were getting a bit difficult to find. I did have a little look through just to see if there was anything in here, but unfortunately there wasn't. Yeah, there's a regular toy sort of trader, I suppose, and he has a whole bunch of toys here. And they're this cool Homer. They're slightly newer. I've got a bunch of Simpsons plushies that are going to be out on display in the games room once it's up and running. But I decided against picking this one up. Cool to see though. Do love me some Simpsons plushies. And I saw this cool skateboard. I know nothing of skateboards, just like the graphic on the bottom. It's probably a newer, probably a generic thing, Tony Hawk skateboard. Tell me if I'm wrong, but kind of like the design on it. Wouldn't mind some boards up on the wall in the games room. I think that's kind of a cool feature. And there was a Wii here. He wanted £60 for the lot, and he wouldn't budge. And we are back in the game space, and it's been a pretty decent week. I'm very happy with the pickups we made this week. We picked up some stuff to try and sell or trade. We picked up some stuff for the collection, and we've also picked up a couple N64 games. Unfortunately, none off the list, but still a couple games to add to the collection, which is always good. Now, there was a bit of a reoccurring theme this week, not intentionally, it just so happened to be, but a couple of the deals we made this week were with friends, acquaintances, people I know, and these deals came about by me letting them know what I like. So this is maybe like a tip, or maybe something you guys could take away if you don't already use this. But, you know, when you meet people or friends or people that you work with, let them know your interests. You know, let them know that you like this sort of thing. And maybe if they come across it, you'll be the first person they think of when they, you know, if they want to pass it on or sell it, or, you know, just give it away or trade it or whatever. You could be the first person they think of just because you know, they know what you like. You've told them. So yeah, that's what happened this week. A couple of deals came about because I have relationships with these people and they know that I like this stuff, and they thought of me and they contacted me and they told me, you know, I've got this. So yeah, pretty fantastic. If you guys aren't doing that, just make sure you're always telling people, you know, I collect N64 or I collect PlayStation. Excuse me. Yeah, let them know what you like, anything and everything. And, you know, when they come across it, they might think, oh, Brad likes that. I'll give him a bell, or I'll tell him next time I see him, or I'll send him some pictures or whatever. So yeah, try and utilise that tip if you're not already. But anyway, enough jibber jabber from Brad. Let's get into what we picked up this week. Now, we spent a total of £30 on stuff to try and sell or trade, so we can deduct that from the game fund. Yeah, so we'll get straight into it. Now, the first thing we picked up, we went out to the charity shops at the beginning of the week, and I'm trying to branch out. I picked up some skates last week. You know, shoes I've sold, like I'm starting to sell plushies and toys a little bit more. And clothing is something that I'm a bit, not scared of, but a bit like, it's quite daunting because there's just so much of it and I don't really know what I'm looking for. But yeah, anyway, I'm trying to get a bit more into clothing just to branch out, just to give myself some more options on things to sell. And I picked up this Swansea shirt right here, okay? It's, I think it's a youth, is it a youth medium? A youth XL. It has Wilfred on the back, old Bonnie on the back. Now I paid £3 for this, which I thought was quite good for a football shirt. Normally when I see them, they're priced up. But you know, in hindsight, I'm not too sure how desirable. What is this? This is 5 or 6 year old Wilfred Bonnie Swansea shirt. I mean, where is he now? Do you remember him?
Come on, Wilfred Bonnie, score some goal for Swansea. We go wild, wild, wild.
He signed for City, didn't he? For some ridiculous, like 50 million. Didn't play at all for him. Went back to Swansea. And now, if I'm wrong or I'm right, I'm sure he's like just trains with some Welsh league team. Some like non-league or Sunday league. I could be wrong, man. I could be totally slating him. Sorry, Bonnie, if I am. But yeah, anyway, I picked up this Swansea shirt, Wilfred Bonnie, number 10. Needs a little bit of a clean, but it's not in bad condition. It is legit. £3. I don't know. This is definitely a learning experience for me. It's not one of the football shirts I'd probably recommend you looking out for. But if I can double my money on it, and it's, you know, something for me to, you know, learn from, then yeah, why not, innit? So £3, potentially, I don't know. It's a tenner pushing it. I'm not too sure. Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you want it. Want yourself a Swansea shirt? It's got the Premier League badges on it. Yeah, that's enough about that. So yeah, that was the first pickup of the week. And then we went to the car boot. And like I was saying earlier, Matt messaged me before I went. Said, are you coming this weekend? And I was like, wow, that's mad. He must have read my mind, because yes, I am. And he said, I'll hold back some gaming stuff for you. So when I rocked up, he pulls this bag out and there's a load of games in there. There was also a Game Boy Advance in there, which we'll get to shortly. But of the games I picked up, there was a stack here. We'll go through them pretty quick. Don't take notice of the prices on them. He'd actually priced them up pretty much what you get in trading at CX. But he done me a deal. I made him an offer. It's a little bit more than I like to pay, and it was a little bit less than he wanted. But we met in the middle, and we're both pretty happy with what we spent. But the first game is Luigi's Mansion 2 for the DS. But whenever I get the chance, and whenever my kids pass me their Switch, I'm playing Luigi's Mansion on the Switch. Not very often, but now and then. So yeah, do enjoy the Luigi's Mansion games. Would love the GameCube game one. I'm going off on a tangent. Anyway, Luigi's Mansion, I think it's like a £12 game. I think they give you £8 trade or something like that. I'll stick up these CX things here in the corner. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion 2 for the 3DS. Another 3DS game here. Ignore the price, £12. Kirby Triple Deluxe. I think this like trades in for £12. I think they sell it for like 18. Next one is this Metroid Prime. I think £4 trading. I'm taking your word for it, Matt. I'm taking your word for it here, Matt. I think these are the trade-in prices. So yeah, £4 trade-in. Wii Sports Resort. Now this is a £6 trade-in. Always going to pick up this. Mario Party 8. He priced it at £10. They actually sell this in CX for 20. I think they give you close to like 14, I think, in trade-in. Again, I'll stick it up here. But yeah, I didn't pay these prices for it. We worked out a deal. And the last one is Twilight Princess for the Wii. So yeah, I think £5 trade-in is about right. So yeah, not too bad on the game front. I also had picked something up for the collection. So I've averaged maybe about £24 I spent on them games, about £4 a game. Because the rest of it I'm accrediting to what I'm keeping for the collection. Brad, you're having a mare today. I'm having a mare. I feel like I'm jittering about stuff. Anyway, let's carry on. Last pickup from the car boot was the Lord of the Rings box set. Always worth picking this up, especially if you can get it cheap enough. Pay £2 for it. Trades in for £7. I have been saying that I want to hold on to a box set because it's not on any of the streaming services I subscribe to. But I'm not going to hold on to this one. I'll take this in for trade. So yeah, that is everything we picked up to try and sell or trade. Pretty happy. We're going to get into the stuff for the collection. But first I'm going to point out this. I showed you in the footage. Found another finger. It's like I have a problem. I picked up a finger in the last week and a finger this week. But funnily enough, my daughter, we sit and watch Gladiators on a Saturday night, the new series. And it's proper nostalgic. It reminds me of when I used to watch it with my parents on a Saturday night. And my daughter's loving it. And she said, Dad, can you get me a foam finger so I can join in? And then like the next day, I find it on in the charity shop. It is a Cardiff Devils one, but she don't care. She's just happy that she can join in with the older dun, 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 another one bites the dust. Yeah, she loves it. So yeah, this is for you, Sophia. Love you. So yeah, let's get into the stuff for the collection. Now, like I said, there was something else in that deal I did with Matt, and it is a Game Boy Advance. I'm keeping this for the collection. I have an OG Game Boy. I have an SP. I now have an Advance. I'd love to get a colour and a pocket, and then I think that's my handheld collection complete then. So yeah, very happy to have this. I probably won't play it a great deal. I did even consider maybe modding it or getting reshelled with some real cool design, but I don't know. I do love the standard like indigo sort of purple. But yeah, anyway, Game Boy Advance for the collection. I also picked up a VHS, and I feel like I have this. It's a nightmare not having everything out. still having loads of stuff packed away because I don't know what I do and don't have. But anyway, I picked up Neverending Story on the VHS. I love me some Neverending Story. But you know what? I think I was actually really scared of this film when I was little. But there's something about it, man. I have like loads of Neverending Story stuff. I have all the films on DVD. I have the series on DVD. I now have the VHS. Yeah, man. Neverending Story. I don't know what it is, but it does something for me. Right. That is everything we picked up for the collection. Let's get into the N64 games now. Like I touched on earlier again, this was a deal through a bloke at work. Chris, shout out Chris, you legend, a friend of mine at work. I bought some N64 games off him before. And he'd had 2 left that he's been trying to flog on eBay. And he just had no interest in them. So he said, Brad, do you want the pair? £20 for the pair. I said, yeah, of course, I'll have them. I'll bring them in. Let me have a look at them. So he brought them in. I bought them. And I'll show you what they are. So the first one is F1 World Grand Prix. Yeah, like this is like a £15 game in CX, boxed with manual. But yes, it's in nice condition. I have touched on maybe going for a full set. So picking up these cheap games is going to be something I have to do. So why not pick them up off a mate and get a nice deal for them. So yeah, £20 for the pair. So yeah, £15 in CX, F1 World Grand Prix. And the next one, the box isn't as in good condition as that. It's not terrible. It's okay. And that game is World Cup 98. It's got this bit of sticker here, which I think we'll try and get off. It's a little tear in the side there, but it is complete. And I have nostalgia for this in a way because I feel like this is the first World Cup I can actually like, physically remember. It's obviously not the first World Cup I was around for, but this one and this logo, this mascot here, I just remember having like pencil cases and like, rulers and pens of this dude. And yeah, I remember this World Cup, so yeah, a bit nostalgic. Doesn't look incredible or anything, but like I said, if I want to get a full set, which I'm still not 100% on, I'm going to have to pick games up like this. So yeah, cheers Chris, appreciate you sorting me out with these two. So yeah, £20 for the pair, I think that's pretty good. I think they sell them in CX for about 35, 40 quid for the pair. So yeah, not too bad at all. So yeah guys, that's everything we picked up this week. Pretty decent week, stuff to try and sell and trade, stuff for the collection and a couple of N64 games, which is always good in my books. So yeah, very happy with this week. But if you guys can take anything away from this, you know, try this out. Try telling people, try telling your colleagues at work. So oh, I like retro games. If you ever come across any of your old stuff in the attic or whatever, you know, think of me. Give me a bell. You know, I'll pay handsomely for them. You know, we'll do a deal where you're happy and I'm happy. And yeah, just tell people. Or, you know, like when we go into charity shops and we always ask any more games, do it everywhere, if you like. You know, when you go around your nan's house. No, maybe not your nan's house. When you go to, I don't know, anywhere. When your missus drags you along to like a friend's house for drinks or whatever, you know, slip it into conversation. Yeah, this is what I like to do. I like to collect this sort of stuff. It's not everyone's cup of tea. But if you guys ever come across any of your old stuff or you know anyone who's getting rid of this sort of stuff, think of me. And you never know, it might pay off. So yeah, that was my lesson for the week. If you guys want to use it, that's up to you. But I hope you have enjoyed this video. As always, I really appreciate if you guys would smash that thumbs up button just to let me know that you're still enjoying this series. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're new here. And as always, be rad, stay rad. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.